Welcome, dear students. Today we are going to talk about voice change of middle voice and infinitive. Maybe you are wondering what is middle voice. Maybe you never heard of this term before in voice change. Today I want to make you clear about this particular topic in voice change. You will find in your books, all of the books you have, you'll see that there is a section in voice change which is termed as quasi-passive verb, or the voice change of quasi-passive. So actually there is nothing called quasi-passive in English grammar. Okay, so the thing that is termed as quasi-passive in your books, that is actually termed as middle voice in English grammar or English language, actually English grammar. Okay, so what is it, middle voice? So the name actually indicates that you can get the idea from the name itself, because it is called middle voice. So we know there is active voice and passive voice. So the middle voice is a kind of voice which is neither active nor passive. Okay, so see an example. So the first example, look at the example, the book reads well. Okay, so if we look at the sentence, it seems that the book is reading, but we know very well that a book cannot read. A person reads a book. Okay, but the sentence is structured in a way that it seems the book is reading, it's doing the action of reading. So in this case, in voice change, who does the action? Okay, it's called the agent, which we generally call subject or whatever. So the doer of the action is called agent in passive voice, and the receiver of the action is called affected. Okay, so that's why I have written here affected. So when you look at the sentences of middle voice, you will find this type of structure. Okay, you will see that in subject position, the subject of the verb is affected. Okay, not the agent, or it's not the doer, it's not doing the action. But if you look at the verb, there is no be verb, okay, in front of or before the principal verb. So the structure of the verb is saying that it is an active voice, but we see that the subject of the sentence is an affected. So it is in this way half passive and half active. That's why it is called middle voice. So how to change voice of these sentences, that's the point of our discussion. Okay, let's do that. So if you get a sentence like this, then what you should do, these type of sentences can be made into passive into two ways, but I will ask you to do in the first way. Okay, it's better to follow the first one. If you can avoid the second one, it's not the best way to do that. Okay, so the book reads well. Okay, so the book will remain same in its position, and then according to passive voice we will add an auxiliary verb is, and then read its v3 form is also read, and then the complement well. So the book is read well, like this, or you can do it like this: the book is well when it is read. So it is not actually a good structure, or the sense is a bit odd. So if you want to use this first one, avoid this second one. Okay, it can be done in this way, that's why I am showing you, but avoid this. Okay, so let's look at another example. The bed feels soft. So the bed cannot feel anything. Okay, when a person lie on a bed or sit on a bed, lies or sits on a bed, he or she can feel something, whether it is soft or hard. Okay, so this is also a sentence of middle voice. So in that case, the bed will remain in its position, then we'll add an auxiliary verb, then v3 form of feel, which is felt, and then the complement soft. The bed is felt soft. Okay, so you will get another kind of middle voice sentence like this: the house is building, where you will get a continuous form. Okay, is building. Again, is building refers to active voice, but we see the subject of the sentence is house, which is affected. Okay, so in that case, this is a sentence of middle voice. So how to change voice of this sentence is like that: the house, like the previous ones, also will remain the same, then is, it will be here, and then according to the passive structure of the verb, we know when there is an ing verb we have to use being. So and then the v3 form of the verb, so which is built. So we get the sentence like this: the house is being built. Okay, so another look at another example: the flowers are smiling. So flowers cannot smile. Okay, so in that case, the flowers are being smiled. So that is middle voice. How to change the sentences, how to change the voice of the sentences of middle voice. Okay, so next we look at infinitive. Okay, so infinitive is a non-finite verb, a classification of non-finite verb, which means 2 plus verb in base form. Okay, that means suppose to go, to walk, to read, like that. So there are 4 forms of infinitive. Okay, the first one is simple, which is 2 plus VB, verb in base form. Continuous form, 2B plus verb ing. And perfect form, which is to have plus V3. And perfect continuous form, which is to have been plus verb ing. Okay, there are 4 forms, but we can only change the voice of 2 forms. Okay, simple form and perfect form. So let's see how. So when we are going to change passive of simple form, what will we do? We will change 2 plus VB into 2B plus V3. Okay, let's look at an example. He has to do it. So this is our infinitive 2 plus verb in base form. Okay, so what we have to do, we will bring this object it here, it, then has. Okay, it, third person singular, so we'll use has, and then to be. Okay, so this to be we'll use here to be, and then the third form of do, which is done, then by preposition, and subject he will be here as him. So we'll get the sentence is it has to be done by him. Okay, so look at the next example. She wants someone to take photographs. Okay, this is our infinitive. So it is a bit different because we get a subject of infinitive and object. So our passive will remain in this section, will not change. This part she wants will remain unchanged. Okay, so how will it change that? She wants will remain same, then photographs was the object, so we'll bring it into subject position, into the subject position. Then to take, we will make it into to be, take will be taken, someone, people. So this sort of subjects don't need to be put in the passive voice. Okay, they don't need to be used in the passive voice. Generally they are cut off. Okay, they are avoided, so avoid them in the passive voice. The sentence will be like she wants photographs to be taken. Okay, so the perfect infinitive, to have v3, we have to change it into to have been v3. Okay, so look at this example. He is supposed to have missed the bus. So this is our perfect infinitive, to have missed. So we need to change it into passive. So this is the object of the infinitive, so the bus will be in the subject position, the bus. Then is supposed, it will remain the same. Okay, the bus is supposed, then to have been, and then missed. Okay, to have been missed by, and then we will add this him, he here as him. So we get the full sentence is the bus is supposed to have been missed by him. Okay, now an important point. Advise, urge, order, recommend, ask, etc. Okay, when we get infinitive in a sentence where these verbs are used, we can change these sentences into two ways. Okay, first one, suppose look at this example. He urged the council to reduce the rates. So here is our infinitive. So how we are doing the passive? The council. Okay, because here we get the subject to urge, and this is council is object to urge. So we change the passive in the regular way. The council was, it is v2, so we'll use was, and then urged v3 from. Then we will add this infinitive. We will not change the infinitive here. Okay, we will not change infinitive into passive because we already do the passive here. So the council was urged to reduce the rates. This is one way, and another way is he urged will remain same. The rates should be. Okay, we can use should in these type of sentences. We can use should to do it, to make it into passive. Okay, so that is the exceptional idea, exceptional thing to remember. Okay, he urged the rates. Now we take the object of the infinitive here. Okay, we make it into subject of the infinitive. The rates should be, the rates should be reduced. So this is how you can change the passive of these sentences when you find advise, urge, order, recommend, ask, etc. these verbs in a sentence. You can change the passive like this. Okay, so the last one is, it is called bare infinitive. Okay, maybe a lot of you or some of you already heard about it, or maybe you read it in books already. So bare infinitive means without to, that means infinitive without to. Okay, infinitive, it is infinitive still, but to is not used when this infinitive is used in a sentence. So After these verbs, make, beat, watch, notice, see, feel, hear, etc. After these verbs, you will get an object, and then we will get bare infinitive in a sentence. So look at examples. He made me do the work. Okay, we heard him leave the city. So how to change the passive? See, he made me do the work. So I, here we get object me to made. So we'll take it into subject. I was made. Okay, the regular rule to do the work. Will not change this part. Okay, we'll do the passive of this one, and the last part will remain the same. Only exception is, be very careful about that, when we do a sentence which contains a bare infinitive. See, there is no to, we have to use it into full form. That means we will use to before the infinitive when we make it into a passive sentence. That is the important thing to remember. Okay, the sentence containing bare infinitive, the sentences which contain bare infinitives, you have to use to before the infinitive when you change it into passive. Okay, so there are other examples. The thing is same. We heard him leave the city. Okay, this is our bare infinitive. So he was heard to leave. Okay, full infinitive, the city. Next example, I watched the children play. This is our bare infinitive. So the children were watched to play. Okay, full infinitive. So there is an exception which is late. Okay, you know this word late in imperative sentences. This is actually a verb and actually a modal verb. So he let me go. So here let is in past tense, because past form, V2 form, because if it is in present form then there would be an s after let. Okay, it would be let's. So it is in V2 form, so that's why I was let go. So this is the exception. See, let is a verb which takes bare infinitive in active and also in passive. Okay, in both voice. We don't need to change bare infinitive into full infinitive when it is let or when it is used after let. Okay, dear students, that's all for today. Hopefully we will talk about something else regarding voice change, a new topic regarding voice change in the next class. Till then, goodbye.